Alright, so we are reviewing Maria today. This is directed by Pablo Larraín and stars Angelina Jolie. Now, it has been a minute since audiences saw Angelina Jolie. Audiences saw her last back in 2021 when she was in Those Who Wish Me Dead and Eternals. And I was excited to see Jolie return to play Maria Callas, as Maria is part of Larraín's trilogy, and that is the trilogy of important women in the 20th century. Maria was the third film and final film. The first one was Jackie, which was released back in 2016, and Spencer back in 2021. And Angelina Jolie is getting lots of award recognition for this film, as she truly deserves it. She is the best part of Maria. And I don't think the film succeeds without her incredible performance. She really grabs audiences' attention, especially with the first scene that her screen presence is incredible here. She takes full control, especially in the opening scene, because in the beginning of the film, like the very first scene of the film, Maria is singing into the camera, and it just shows all the memories of her life pass by. Edward Lackman is the cinematographer for this movie, and Larraín and him have worked together in the past previously. In this film, they use a 35mm lens, 16mm, Super 8, and various vintage lenses. And it all just looked beautiful, all very lush, and the different lenses were used to show different times in her life. Stephen Knight is the writer of the film, who's worked on films such as Locke, Burnt, and Pawn Sacrifice. 3 really great films. Knight also worked with Larraín on Spencer. He did write that film, and I do find that film to be a little more stronger than Maria. Now, I've seen critics react to this film in very different ways, adding it's not as gripping. I do agree to that. Some scenes I did think while watching through this film are more engaging than others. And one of the things I think is going to turn off some audiences is how slow-paced it was. And you can really feel how slow-paced it was. There were times where my brain would drift off into other places and not be as focused on the film. But I think Larraín did the best that he could telling this story, because this is just a film about an iconic diva who I never knew about before, who just loses her grip on reality. I do want to add one final note, and I want to give credit to Jolie, and that is that she took on intense voice lessons, and the film uses a mix of her voice and Marie Callas's real voice. I just thought it was interesting. Do I like it? I'm not sure. I still need to think about that. I would have to say watch the film for Jolie. Larraín does know how to get great performances out of his actors. But for now, here's my grade.